Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to be doing this piece of Arizona petrified wood. I got it in Phoenix, actually I got it in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but it's petrified wood from the petrified forest. I got it at a rock shop out outside of the petrified forest. I don't remember the name of the town right now. I wasn't thinking about it when I started off because I keep wanting to call it Arizona petrified wood, but I know it's not. I need to see how much crap I can get. It's got a, get the right hand on it. It's got a vug through it. Like it had like the core rotted out or something. As you can see right here. You can see behind it there. It's right there in the middle. Goes all the way through. I didn't care for the way it looked when I cut it. I cut it where this is a cross grain, and I probably should have cut it with the grain. As you can see from this edge here, how much pattern is on the edge. The pattern's just not quite the same. Doesn't actually look like wood. It is wood. I mean, it does look like wood, but it looks like a really gnarly type of wood. Or not gnarly, but twisted grain. There we go, twisted grains. All kinds of different directions. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in over here on these other. There we go. I'm going to start it off on the 280 grit and see what I got to. Well, no, I'm going to start off on the 80 grit and get the edges knocked down where I need them to be, and start figuring out my shape. I don't know how that's going to work out. I've got a fracture coming down through here, and I'm not sure how that's going to hold up. And I think I've got another one coming across here, and I think they're healed, but judging from the sand and grit, and I don't know if it's quartzite or quartz or what it was that's in there. It all washed out, so it was probably sand. But I'm not sure if that's in the fractures also, because if it's on either side of those fractures coming down through there, it won't be healed, even though it looks like it is. So let's go ahead and get started here. See what we're going to work with, what we got to work with. I'll be able to tell with getting these outside edges off, it'll either make these fractures go ahead and break on this 80 grit, or they won't, and they might break later, but I'm hoping they won't. I hate to take off all that bark, because that's actual bark right there on that outside edge. But I'm not going to have much choice in the matter. I want it to be a piece of jewelry, not a sample. That fracture is going to determine my shape also. If it fractures out, it'll be different from where it might make a difference on whether I get to keep that bug or not. I don't really like bugs in jewelry, but sometimes it happens. Of course, I don't wear jewelry. I just don't like making it in jewelry. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I didn't cut this thick enough. I wasn't thinking properly. I didn't cut this thick enough to make calves that you could round off both faces. I'm going to have a hard time getting this proper. Well, not really a hard time, but it's not going to be easy. Put it that way. Not going to be able to take much off the faces to get just a little bit around this, but we'll have a little bit of it by the time I'm done. But by the time I get it to shape, I think I'm going to leave it kind of semi-shaped like this so that it'll hang down like this. It'll be a pretty good size pendant, but I still got chips over here. Still got chips here. Still got a big chip there. I got chips all the way around it. I don't know what I was even looking for. Let's work on one side till we get all the chips out of it and then go from there. My other glasses. It's been so long since I've done any rocks. This is my third since I cut the end of my finger off in February. And those were just 2 days apart, yesterday and the day 2 days before. There we go. Oh, much better. Oh, now I can see the crack better even. Yeah, I can see it's got the inclusions in it now. But it may stay together. I guess I better not put anything in that hole to hold it, or drill a hole. If I drill a hole, it's going to have to be on this end, because the crack goes up this way. And it comes out over here, I think. Some little soup off my hands. This one might be healed too. And it may not be a straight up and down crack, it may be just a curvy crack up in here, or it may angle off this way once it makes that turn. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, that's lint. Had a piece of lint I thought was another crack. I had my edges shorter, lower over here on this side. They were lower. That way there was more of a hump here where I could run that just the center and not touch these outsides on the corners. think that got enough of them out. I can go back. I'm going to go ahead and go to the 220 now. So I don't need to take off more and more and more. I need to start taking off less because it's going to be too thin if I don't. But first, I've got to get rid of some of this soup. It kind of bothers me. It's poking me, little crystals in it. Makes it feel like I got sand all over my hands. A crick in my neck. I don't know why that is. Probably the way I slept last night. I slept like a baby last night. I don't know why. Normally don't. About time to change towels too. Okay. There we go. I guess I should, well, let me get these scratches out. Let me get all the scratches out and then I'll decide which is the top, which is the bottom, or the face and the back. Let's put it that way. Because I think I am going to do the wire tie thing from here to the back and then run something up this way to, and maybe come around the front at the top here to keep it so it stays upright rather than bending. Because if it's anchored here, it's going to bend. It'll bend it clear over to here, as much as over to 90 degrees from that hole, or even back further. I don't know that I'm going to be too good on, or too artsy-fartsy on. I shouldn't call it that. I'm just not very artistic. Let's put it that way. Never have been real artistic, but I can't draw worth a darn. I can't paint. Don't have much of an imagination, I guess you could say, but I do. I just don't know why. It just doesn't equate to art. But I did wood stuff in shop classes, and I put together. I've worked on motors and engines. All that kind of stuff. Not professionally, but I've done it, can do it. I'm fairly mechanically inclined, but I'm not artfully inclined. Thumb was wet, so I tried my palm of my hand and it was wet too. Yeah, now you can see that crack better. Another one there. Comes in here and then comes up this way and over. This one goes all the way through. That one goes all the way through. That one doesn't look like it goes past any longer than it is, so that may just be some kind of inclusion. Or where there was a gap in the wood when it was buried or whatever. Before it started silicating or getting silicated. Okay, I think I can start rounding this off now and get all my other scratches out. I can go to the 280 grit. Let's start making this puppy smooth. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, dry your fingers also, dummy. Otherwise you're going to be putting water right back on it. Okay, still got quite a few scratches to pick out. I knew that. I knew that was going to happen. I got some softer stuff. I knew that was going to happen after I polished that other, or that end to make a sample out of. I polished the end of this. So the sample was, well actually, oops. There's the sample. And you can see it's got, you can see the soft spots on it too. They're not as shiny and they're like lower than the face it actually is. So I know it's got some softer spots and some harder spots. Okay, that's got those scratches out. No, don't either. Of course, wait a minute. There may not be scratches. It's in the darker spot, so it's probably grained. The way the grain's running in between the fibers. Because it's lighter in the bottom of them. Maybe not. I forgot there was a little bit of agate in this too. A little bit of fortification line. But it's so small you have to have it. I don't think I can get it on camera. It's right in these lighter spots here. There's a little bit of fortification lines around them. Be able to see the pattern with the light reflected off of it, but it's in this upper darker section right there. See that little thin white line right in the middle of the screen? There's fortifications around it. Like 3 spots of fortifications. And that's transfers over to the other side also. Some of these bugs over here have got little fortification lines around them too. But that dark spot in the center is softer. You can see that it's dull. It's not going to shine. Okay, I think I'm ready to go to the next wheel though. Let me readjust the camera here. That's too much. Yeah, I did this. Sample on the Flatlap. There's the edges. I probably would have been better off cutting it with the grain rather than across the grain, because I would have had a better pattern in it. And that's what I was looking for, was a better pattern. It still would have had the reds and the blacks and the browns, but it would have been a better pattern. And I cut the whole piece of rock on that before I realized that I wasn't getting any cross grain patterns. I wanted to see the rings, basically, is what I wanted to see. That's kind of proof positive that it's actually wood rather than just a wood looking rock. Wasn't trying to spit on it. Trying to blow water out of that hole. Every time you wipe it, water comes out of that hole, and you end up spreading thicker water on the opposite, on where you're trying to get rid of it at, so I can see the scratches. I want to see both sides. See how much further I got to go. Side's closer than the other. That's the face. This side's still got some fairly good scratches. Of course, it's from that crystal and those bugs busting out. I know what's causing it, because they're there 1 minute, gone the next, and then they're back again shortly after. Some of them, actually the ones I was thinking were scratches, are fooling me too. Some of them, like I was getting ready to say, some of them will fool you. Because I've got some up here in this lighter area that are lighter colored looking inclusions or grains running that look like scratches, but they're light colored, so they're not scratches. But then I've got some in there that are scratches, but I think they're the 600 grit scratches. So I think I'm good on that side and the other side. Yeah, I think I might have a little bit more there that I can get out. That one had some white in the bottom of the scratches, but I don't think there wasn't any white around it. So I think it was just dust, rock dust from the grinder. That got them. Now I still got the other ones, but you can see that they're the other ones. Let's go to the next wheel. Bit of a dull streak down that edge, on the rolled edge, where it rolls over from the top. Yeah, that got it. 3,000 grit coming up. Chair over. Scratches looking back. Scratchy looking area is back. Some of that came off though. Maybe that was just powder. think it was. Mostly. There's that little bug there. There's a little bitty bug. Right there above my fingernail. Just get the light to reflect right. It's got crystal in it. As you can see it glinting at you. My scratches are right in here on this bug. There's two of them. But they were wider until I wiped them. When I wiped my finger across them, they got thinner. More out on that edge. I think it's where crystals is busted out. That got them down small enough. Okay, I'm ready to go. Told you it was going to be hard to keep the whole tub, and it wasn't even wet yet. Until I dropped it that last time, I thought I had all the places. I told you they looked like low spots instead of scratches, what I thought was scratches. And I looked at the back, and there was more scratches on it than there was before too, so I think I just didn't get all the slurry out of the low spots. If I go to the center, it might heat it up enough to the center starts drying out for the rest of it, so it wants to pull it out of my fingers when I get close to the center anyway. Just because the directions change. This side of the center it's going this way, and that side of the center it's going this way, so it kind of gets it to where it wants to twist in your hand. I believe I'm done with it. I believe. Little bitty dinky scratches in there, but I'm not going to worry about them too much. They're not actually scratches. They look like scratches, but they're still bugs with crystals in them. I'll take a toothbrush to it. Maybe they'll go away a little more. Fracture looks wider too. Whiter, not wider. So I better I'm going to shut this off. Let me get a toothbrush, and we'll see what we got here. But I have this one, which will work just as good, I think. Ooh. All of a sudden I felt some pain from my fingernail. I think it's just nerve stuff. So I think that's what most of the pain is already right now anyway, because all the nerves got cut there, plus I've got that Bell's palsy, or I've got the pinched nerve in my neck, and had this carpal tunnel done, and it seems to be like it needs cleaned out again. So I had that done before I retired. Okay, that took the white out of the fractures. Now they're yellow. Just because they were yellow to begin with. Okay, so there's the stone. A real good shine on it. Hopefully you can see the dull spots. That are the soft spots, in other words. They don't get quite as shiny as the other, but they're not as dull as just a freshly sawn rock is, or freshly picked up rock. And that's the stone. Well, turn it the right direction, or get it the right direction. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Good, bad, ugly, it didn't matter to me. Comment's comment. I like to read. I don't have to pay attention to them if I don't want to, but I do. But my feelings aren't easily hurt, and if I'm a dumbass, I'll admit to it. So you can call me out if you want to, if I'm doing something wrong. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one once they start coming out anyway. And have a good day.